This trailer has so many drivers speaking out. They say it's an eyesore and also a danger because it sits so close to the road. Governor Bev Perdue has rejected the nearly $20 billion budget plan, saying it moves the state backwards, especially when it comes to education. Khaki Progress Energy says the explosion that happened here at the Sudden Power Plant killed 24-year-old Corey Rogers. Law enforcement says it's not just what you write on Facebook, but what you post, like pictures that can give away that you're not in town, making you a target. We did catch up to Barraza on his way to court this morning. He dodged the question of whether he had sex with any defendants. Have you ever slept with a defendant?
You know, it's like asking you, have you ever slept with a woman? No.
So is that a yes or a no?
Have you ever slept with a woman?
The Sable helicopter was hard at work Monday night chasing a drunk driver trying to lose police. The New Hanover County Sheriff's Office and the Wilmington Police Department tried to stop the vehicle earlier in the day, but without success. After relocating the vehicle around 10:15 Monday night, cops on the ground took a step back, fearing danger to themselves as well as any pedestrians who could possibly be involved in the chase. Police say this video from the chopper's camera system shows Brian Shaler speeding, running stoplights and signs, and even going the wrong way on one-way streets. Well, this is the type of stuff we're talking about. You don't have to be on the beach to see the effects of Hurricane Irene. As you can see, a tree snapped off here and landed on Market Street heading westbound. Traffic has been trying to go around it, but now crews are chopping it up and getting it out of the way. Well, a new poll says the current budget plan is unpopular with voters. Only 23% of voters across the state support the budget compared to 41% who oppose it. First it was fried Oreos, then it was fried Coke, but now there's fried Kool-Aid. The San Diego County Fair opened a 22-day run this weekend, and the fair is serving up deep-fried Kool-Aid. The concoction is created by mixing Kool-Aid with sweet batter, then frying it. Anyone that's been to Wrightsville Beach knows that Lumina Avenue is the main road here on the island. But imagine if you saw a streaker running down the middle of it. It's Wrightsville Beach's own version of the Don't Tase Me Bro video. 23-year-old Matthew Pick laying in the street after being tased by sheriff deputies. The Greenville resident went streaking down Lumina Avenue early Sunday morning.
This happened to be video, and we just heard a lot of commotion, and so I always like to get good video for good memories and good stories.
At first, the story is simple. Naked man runs down the street, runs away from police, then he's tased. That's where the story takes a turn.
I can tape all day. I can tape all day. Go to jail. It's legal to tape. Go to jail. It's legal to tape.
The cameraman Steven Stearns is right. As long as you're on public property, you can shoot video of anything in the public eye.
It is legal to tape. You can't arrest me. Yes, I can.
Even though this sheriff deputy didn't know the law, Stern was smart enough to defend his right to shoot.
I was aware, I took a class in high school to where I was aware that, I had every right to be doing so, but, someone else doing something video and might have been a little bit more intimidated by the officer at that moment.
New Hanover County Sheriff Ed McMahon says Stearns did nothing wrong. The only one who may have been out of line was the deputy in the video.
I've had the deputy counseled. I actually would encourage anyone that has a video camera or cameras, if they see something, take the pictures, take the video, because I'd like to see what happened.
But there's still one more question that remains for this soon-to-go viral video. Did cops really have to tase the guy?
I would think that, hey, it worked, and here's a perfect time that we can say the taser worked, the deputy wasn't hurt, the individual, who clearly, to me, looked intoxicated, wasn't hurt.
Sheriff McMahon says no excessive force was used and that the man refused arrest several times. So for anyone thinking about streaking, the sheriff has some good advice.
My recommendation would be always keep your clothes on when you're out in public.
In Wrightsville Beach, fully clothed by the way, Ramon Herrera, WWAY News Channel 3.
In this First on 3 update, WWAY's Ramon Herrera sorts through all the evidence so far.
The story starts with this long letter Raleigh attorney Hoyt Tessner sent to Governor Bev Perdue and more than a dozen other political heavyweights. The letter tells the Tessner's account of an incident on June 21st into June 22nd, when Hoyt's wife Gina was pulled over near Wrightsville Beach as she left a gala in downtown Wilmington. The Tessners say Trooper Edward Wyrick Jr. pulled the mother of three over because he said a headlight on her Lexus sedan was out. A photo they provided shows the headlight working.
He then turns to me and says, "I smell alcohol on your breath."
The Tessners claimed in the letter and on camera that Gina did not have anything to drink that night.
I didn't drink.
But a DWI report says she told Trooper Wyrick she sipped a glass of wine. The Tessners claimed the trooper then asked Gina to perform a field sobriety test. Gina was uncomfortable with his request due to the circumstances.
I was in a cocktail dress. I had high heels on.
The Tessners also claimed Gina was in a gravel lot, but Wyrick's DWI report says the stop was in a paved hotel lot. After refusing the field test, Gina would end up in cuffs and on her way to the Wrightsville Beach Police Department to take a breath test. The Tessners' letter claims that at the police station, Wyrick allowed Gina one phone call and remained within inches of her as she called her husband. This video shows a much different scene. After Hoyt arrived, Gina passed 2 breath tests, blowing a .00 each time.
At this point is where he became angry.
He did the second one, and then he told us to leave for that one. And Gina left and went in the other room, and I didn't. I stood exactly where I was, and he came up and put his chest within an inch of my shoulder, telling me to leave.
Again, the video tells a different story. Wyrick told the Tessners to leave after the results showed up and did not get as close to Hoyt Tessner as the couple said. Matthew Ragone was also in the intake area on a DWI charge. Despite blowing more than twice the legal limit, Ragone said in an exclusive interview with WWAY that Wyrick stayed calm the entire time.
The officer himself kept his cool pretty well, asked the man multiple times to please calm down.
You can also see Gina walking around. Though Wyrick noted in his report that she was unsteady on her feet, she does not appear to be unstable on her high heels. As the night of June 21st turns into the morning of the 22nd, the Wrightsville Beach Police Department video shows Gina Tessner still in custody. You can see her feet on the right edge of the screen. The Tessners say it was at this time that they saw Trooper Wyrick texting on his phone. 17 minutes later, Trooper Wyrick and Gina head toward the New Hanover County Jail to see a magistrate. Hoyt Tessner says he was following Wyrick when another trooper, Andrew Smith, pulled him over for speeding. The Tessners think the whole thing was a setup organized by text message. Tuesday, the Highway Patrol released text messages between the 2 troopers prior to Hoyt's run-in with Smith. Nothing suggesting a setup, just an account of what Trooper Wyrick was going through with the Tessners. Trooper Smith responding to the message saying F her and F him. After Smith let Hoyt Tessner go with the warning, computer messages between the troopers' cruisers show that while Wyrick was on the way to the New Hanover County Jail, he received this message from Smith. Tell him if he wants to cop an attitude to feel free and come back. I'll stroke him that speed. 2 minutes later, and before Wyrick arrived at the jail, he sent this back to Smith. How fast? Smith replied, 58. The Tessners say once at the jail, Gina faced a rude magistrate who told her she was one of those who thinks they're better than everyone else. The video of her hearing with the magistrate does not have audio. You can see the magistrate and Gina talking to one another.